In life, many people break down over small problems. A little insult, a small failure, or a tiny delay, and they feel their entire world has collapsed. But there are also people who face storms, and yet they stand calm like a mountain. What makes the difference? It is not that their problems are smaller, it is that their hearts are bigger. This is the lesson in today's story. There was once a young traveler named Ethan. He lived in a small village by the riverside. Ethan was always restless. He often complained that nothing good ever happened to him. His business had failed, his friends avoided him because of his constant negativity, and at home, he felt no peace. One day, when his worries became too heavy, Ethan decided to walk along the riverside, hoping the fresh air might ease his mind. As he walked, he saw an old man sitting under a huge tree. The old man's face was calm, almost glowing with peace. People from the nearby villages respected him, calling him the river sage. Ethan gathered courage and said, "Sir, I am lost in life. No matter what I do, I feel bitterness inside me. Please tell me, how can I find peace?" The sage looked at Ethan kindly, but did not answer right away. Instead, he stood up and asked Ethan to follow him. They walked to a small hut where the sage lived. Inside, the old man picked up a clay pot filled with salt and handed Ethan a pinch. "Put this into your cup of water and drink," the sage said. Ethan obeyed. As soon as he sipped, he made a sour face. "It is awful. All I can taste is the salt." The sage nodded. Then he took Ethan to the wide river nearby. "Now take the same amount of salt and throw it into the river," he instructed. Ethan did so. The sage then asked him to drink from the river using his palms. Ethan drank. This time his eyes widened in surprise. "It tastes fresh and pure. Don't taste any salt." The sage smiled. "My son, life's pain is always like this pinch of salt. Its size never changes. But the container we place it in, that decides how bitter we feel. If your heart is small like a cup, even a tiny problem will make your life taste bitter. But if your heart is vast like a river, the same pain will dissolve and you will still taste sweetness in life." Ethan stood silent, absorbing the lesson. The sage continued, "Every human being carries sorrow. Some hide it, some show it, some drown in it, and some learn to rise above it. You cannot escape pain, but you can decide how large your heart will be. Grow your patience, forgive more, complain less. When you expand your heart like this river, pain will lose its power to control you." Tears filled Ethan's eyes, but for the first time in years, they were not tears of sadness. They were tears of relief. He bowed before the sage and said, "From today, I will no longer live as a cup. I will try to live as a river." And so Ethan returned home a changed man. His problems were still there. Debts, failures, challenges. But something inside him had shifted. The bitterness was gone. His heart had grown bigger, and with that, peace had entered his life. Morale of the story: no one in this world lives without pain. But whether pain becomes poison or disappears into peace depends on how vast your heart is. So never live small like a cup. Live vast like a river.